As predicted, it's dried out quite a bit. Still a little bit of residual dampness around the drain, but nothing like yesterday with standing water, which, yeah, perfect. I can work with this. So let's work with this. Buckle up for safety as I give you a day in the life of facilities maintenance. Generally, these studs aren't supposed to come loose. Maybe they weren't in far enough. But when I feel around the edge here, the membrane is secure. There's one little spot here that's a little bit lifted, but not very much. It is possible that water may have been sneaking in through the stud locations. I will clean it up. And put some sealant into the stud locations and put the studs back in. But what I'm thinking is that this water is getting in somewhere else. Oh, interesting. As I am squeezing sealant down the stud hole, I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but you see that blister that's happening there? That does tell me that just maybe water was getting in at the stud and leaking underneath there. Now this stuff is cheap compared to a roof leak, so I'm happy to use lots of it.
While it is important to make sure you have sealant in your stud holes and to fill any void areas between the insulation and the underside of the membrane, I recognize it's not necessary to put sealant between the top side of the membrane and the underside of the compression ring, but like I say, I have lots of it and I don't want any water getting under anything.
As you can see, I used lots. Not only is it oozing out around the inside of the compression ring, you can see that it's coming out through there and there as well, meaning that I've got a full spread underneath here. You were able to see possibly as I was injecting into this stud hole here and this stud hole here, the blisters that were forming. You see some of that's oozing out from underneath there, and this one went this direction, and this one over here spread out in that direction. What I'm hoping is that it was leaking at the stud and getting under the membrane that way, like I was thinking it might be doing, and then traveling along the surface of the styrofoam underneath the membrane to the point where it was leaking right over there. So hopefully this has got it. If not, the proximity of our leak was just right there, not far away from where I am. But what I may have to do, if this doesn't stop the leak, is get like a plastic shovel and just very carefully start shoveling rocks away. And I'll start right in the area and then work my way out and see if I can find any flaws in the membrane. I think we're okay at that vent point over there, so I can't really think of what else it would be other than that. But yeah, process of elimination, one step at a time. I've done that drain over there. I've now done this drain here. I'm gonna go back downstairs and remove that blistered, wet ceiling tile, and that will give me a view up into the ceiling. And it's supposed to rain again tomorrow, and hopefully it's a heavy enough rain to initiate a leak, and I will be able to see whether or not it's leaking. And if it's not leaking, that's a good sign. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.